Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome
Good
to
evening,
our
good evening, madam.
good evening. A warm welcome to our second session of a wellness webinar series. Last month we started this series and we had a session on positive psychology. And this month we are going to talk about mindfulness. I'm so happy to see some of the familiar names who joined us last time again over here. A very warm welcome to you all. I hope you will enjoy this session. So let's get started. My name is Bindu Chinta. I'm a product manager here in United States. Apart from that, I'm also a John Maxwell certified speaker, trainer, coach, and I also am a distinguished Toastmaster. So I work with them mostly with kids, sharing knowledge or encouraging them and inspiring them, and also improving their public speaking skills and leadership skills. So I have here joining with me my best friend Asha. She is also one of our speakers, and she will be sessions as well. So we'll go ahead and get started now with mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? I think before knowing about what is mindfulness, let us see what mindfulness is not. Mindfulness is not wandering our mind in different places. Mindfulness is not just going along with the flow. Mindfulness is not cloud gazing or just sitting in some place on the beach. All those things are not mindfulness. But what is mindfulness is focusing on the present moment. Just to say in a very simple words is just focusing on what we are typically what we are doing at that moment, at that time. That is what mindfulness is all about. I'll just share an example just to try to understand this in a practical terms. For example, right now we are here in this session, and sometimes we hear some sounds apart from around us, like maybe outside a bus is going, or somebody else is doing something, somebody is doing a cooking something, anything, some other sounds you might hear. And what happens is our mind immediately takes us to that particular place or that particular item, and then it reminds us something. So hey, you also need to do so and so task. When you will be doing the task, you are sitting here in the session, what about that other terms, the other things what you are supposed to do? And then it suddenly scolds us like you are not doing what you are supposed to be doing, and all those things. So that is, we are not being mindful. Our mind is already wandered, mind is already gone into some different places, and it is making us anxious, it is making us angry, it is making us all different things, all kind of different emotions. But without our notice, without our knowledge, all that is happening in a split of a second. So being mindful is all about focusing on what I'm doing right now, right here and right now. That is what it is. So similar example, again, I'll tell you, for example, if any sound comes, then what we are supposed to do is, instead of letting our mind carried away with those thoughts, just realize, first of all, the very first step, what we want to do is recognize that, okay, my mind has just wandered, my mind has just went to a different thought. Just understanding, just realizing that just one thing is our very first step. And once we recognize that, and then we will be able to easily bring it back to wherever you want to focus. So, and without, what happens when we are distracted, what happens is anxiety, right? I mean, anxiety happens and anger happens, everything, all kind of negative emotions, then stress, then the biggest culprit of all our diseases or whatever other things. That is what it is all about, right? So we just don't want to get into that kind of a mindset or that kind of a framework. The simple things what I suggest to my students or to whomever I work with is, how do we practice? People ask me then, how do we develop that particular concept in our life? Just nothing but, I completely understand when I tell them, okay, we can go for this 2-3 hours of meditation class or this class, that class. It is impossible to do. And we all know, because we are all so busy, our schedules are so much packed, and it is so difficult to take some time out of our, again, busy schedule to go for this kind of meditation classes or mindfulness sessions and all that. So what I tell them is, instead of you going somewhere, bring that mindfulness into your day-to-day life. So what do I mean by that? So simple chores, I'll tell you very simple things. Like morning we get up and we brush our teeth, or we take showers, we drink that hot sip of coffee or tea or anything like that. In those instances, when you are brushing your teeth, for example, instead of thinking of something else, when I'm brushing my teeth, thinking about all the things what I need to do in that today's life, instead of that, just think on what you're doing. Just bring your mind to that instance. Oh, I am brushing my teeth. So how am I brushing? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Or how is my water level? Is it hot, warm, cold, whatever? Just simply bring your attention to those things. Again, shower, or so similarly in each and everything, day to day, whatever you're doing, whatever situation it is, a shower. Even in shower, sometimes we get more anxious than what we were before, isn't it? We think of all the things in the world, what we need to do, where we have to travel, with whom we have to meet, what meetings we are going to have, what not, in that shower itself. So shower is just to clean ourselves, not only our body, physical body, but even our mind as well. So similarly like that, and in the entire day, pick up some tasks instead of letting your mind wander away to different things. Recognize that and then just bring it back to what you're doing. And when we are standing in the queue, or when we are waiting on a red signal, any instance, we all have that habit of checking out, like for example, checking out our phone, or checking out what's going on TV, checking out whatever. Instead of checking out, how about checking in, what my mind is thinking of, or what my senses, like the five senses, right? What am I seeing, what am I hearing, and what am I feeling in my skin, anything. So just get your mind into yourself instead of wandering out. And this happens all the time. So your very first step is recognize that the thought went away. That is your very first step. That itself is very, very difficult. We don't recognize it. When I started this practice years back, maybe 5-10 years back, first of all, I used to not recognize that, or I used to not realize that my mind wandered. Maybe at the 25th thought, I might have recognized, oh my God, I'm thinking something else. So first it happened at 25th. Then maybe at 20th itself, I might have started recognizing, oh, I'm thinking something else. Maybe then 15th thought, maybe 10th thought. And now maybe at the first thought itself, if I'm doing something, first thought, if I'm thinking of something else, I can recognize, oh, my just went away to the something else. It's okay. It's okay that mind wanders, because mind is curious. So its job is to find things. If we don't find, then we'll be just in that place. But not all the time. So first, just recognize that, and very passionately, don't be angry with yourself that I'm not being able to focus here. No, we want to be compassionate with ourselves as well, and then recognize it, and then very compassionately bring it back. Hey, I'm doing something over here, so let me just complete this work, and then I will move on. So I heard one wonderful, beautiful quote, that is, the strongest weapon we have against stress is to think one thought at a time. I'll repeat that quote one more time. The strongest weapon we have in ourselves against stress is to think one thought at a time. So I hope you all will cultivate that simple practices of how to be mindful right here, right now. And with that, I will hand it over to Dr. D. Ashalatha. And again, I'll come back with a few other topics. Here.
Yeah, thank you, Bindu. So to continue with the same thought of mindfulness, so as we all practice the stress management, or Bindu does that, she gives so many, speeches across the country there. And, we love to share the mindfulness, but to very precisely put that into few words, because I will be talking about self-care and nutrition. So in order to just put it in a nutshell, I'll just tell you, because I'll be basing my thought process on that. That is, be mindful. That is, your presence is very important. Your presence is very important. And then you have to be aware. Yeah, this is me, and this is what I am doing. And there is nothing much beyond this. and you have to be kind to yourself, then you can always be kind to others. Definitely. That is what you have to do. And finally, you should actually understand when you are kind and all these things that you are going to relax. So you will definitely relax when you think about your awareness and you be kind to yourself and feel your presence. So that is what we wanted to share. This portal or this forum that we have created is only for that, that all the friends, all of us, when we come across these kind of chat rooms where we discuss about these kind of topics, the basic thing that we are requiring now is that we need to relax. So that is something which is very important. So I'm very happy that we have taken up this topic today, and Bindu will be continuing with few more things after I speak. So today, actually, I wanted to very specifically speak about few things in self-care and nutrition. We'll come to nutrition later, but first in self-care. In the process of these few many years that I've been talking to many people, and kind of conceptions and misconceptions that they have, the biggest problem is with the drinking of water, actually. So people will be drinking water a lot, and there are so many ideologies of drinking water. And during the COVID time also, we had a lot of instances. So, but I was thinking a lot, and we even had some sessions with one of the best toxicology researchers in US also. So it was during that time that I got some information, and we did so much research on that. So one of the most toxic materials available in the world is water. So how you consume it and how you are going to actually add it to your nutrition is the most important thing. So all of us, we know that 2 to 4 liters of water is enough for us. But sometimes we are seeing that people are drinking 6 liters water or 8 liters water, which is not required. So please, we would like to share these research points with you, because we have discussed with so many people, got the information from the best of the toxicology researchers. It means that 2 to 4 liters is for both men and women. Maybe women require less also, maybe 1 liter less also. But beyond that, water is going to be very, very dangerous. So definitely, the accumulation, because the kidneys cannot process more than, 4 liters of water in a body, and the water gets accumulated. So when the water gets accumulated, often that the sodium is diluted in the body, the fluids and the blood is diluted, and water has got, because we know water is very dangerous and very powerful, then definitely it has got the power to breach the cells in the body. In that case, when you douse yourself with extra water, the cell walls are supposed to be breached, and from the outer membrane, the water gets into the cells, and there will be a swelling in the cell membrane. That is the reason why we get high BP, or maybe sometimes muscle weakness, and even headaches and nausea kind of things also keep coming. But sometimes headaches and other things we don't do. See, some of the people who, we are not generalizing, but some people who take too much of caffeine also, they actually get depleted with water, because that excretion happens. And somebody who drinks alcohol also, the excretion happens very quickly, and maybe they drink more water, maybe that is required. Or sometimes we use spice in the food, like we eat spicy foods, then you take more water, then that is also something which is very good. So we take water, and then okay, it compensates. But beyond one limit, when we are taking so much of water, then it is not correct, and it is going to be very, very, very dangerous. So one thing that we want to share on this forum today is, please drink water according to your thirst. So when you feel that thirst, it is required. Maybe, maybe sometimes nursing mothers or breastfeeding mothers also, they drink water a little bit, because that gets depleted. The hydration is getting depleted. They can drink water, but not everybody. So this is something which is very important. The more water you drink, the more problems will come when it comes to, trying to make your body very fit, because the muscle weakness should not come. So that is the basic thing that we wanted to share. And most of the time dehydration happens, there is no need to panic. So ORS we all drink. See, nowadays we have got packed ORS also in the market. But say, for example, when we get that from the market, we don't find anything, because it is completely sealed. And when we actually put a straw inside and drink, we don't feel anything, because immediately we have cut the ORS packet and we are drinking that tetra pack or anything. Or otherwise we are keeping it in the refrigerator. It is very cool, chill. It gives a nice flavor. We are drinking. But often I have realized that when we leave it for some time outside after refrigerator, after you cut the Tetra Pak, at the end of it, the residues are very, very chemical in nature. Okay, they are giving some nutrients, that is okay, but still they are very, very, very chemical in nature. We need to understand some preservatives and chemicals will be added into that. So better than that, you can go for the ORS preparation at home itself, where for four cups of water or 4 glasses of water, small amount of water, maybe half liter water or anything, just half spoon of salt and 6 spoons of sugar. So this is a basic mix that we use for ORS, and this is the best dehydration. And apart from that, if you want to drink, coconut water is the best. This is the best hydrating agent that you can never ever get, because that has got the basic nutrients which can replenish all the dehydration in the body. If at all these two things are not available, barley water is also very good, and you can use lemon and honey water also, which is good for dehydration, and they give all vitamins and nutrients into the body. So except these small simple things, all other fruits and other things will be available. That's a different story. But when it comes to the basic dehydration problems, because the summer is coming, and often, like when you do an activity or anything else, your body is supposed to get dehydrated. So in that case, activities or anything, so that is something. So we can replenish our body with barley water or lemon and honey water or coconut water or homemade ORS. It keeps our body very cool, and it keeps our body also very, very healthy. So this is what I just wanted to talk initially in this forum, because I always feel that most of the time the people take water in a wrong way, and they are actually trying to give themselves most of the problems, because the entire body's fluid is getting diluted, so which is not good actually. So we just thought that we will share with the people today. And the second thing that I was thinking about, self-care, nutrition, I'll come a little, because there is nothing much that because everybody is talking about nutrition. Another thing that I want to talk about is the hair. Self-care. When it comes to hair, most of the children, we see that they are leaving their hair very loose. So that's a trend. They love it, and they leave the hair very loose. But are we taking care of the hair properly? See, God has given us a scalp, and for protecting that, He has given us hair. So in order to actually take care of that, we need to actually have a lot of oil massages. So we get so frenzy about oils, many oils made, homemade, shop made, herbal made, and all that. So I only suggest that you're leaving your hair loose, or you're leaving your hair clipped, which is always better, because it will not get too much into split ends and all that. But please massage your hair either with coconut oil or with almond oil, because these are the only two oils which are very, very light. And even if you don't want to oil your hair also, you can oil the hair, and after that you can take bath, because that is where the scalp gets lots and lots of radiation from the sun or dust and accumulation of dust when you leave the hair loose and don't give oil or massage to the hair or your scalp, because the follicles are not at the end of the hair. The follicles are hair on the top of the head. So in order to make your follicles healthy, because the brain also is contributing, in order to make your follicles very healthy, you need to give it some kind of nourishment. The food is one nourishment that you're going to give, but at the very same time, the oil massages or keeping your hair very, not fizzy, very, very healthy and clean is very important. So this is a tip for each and every one of us, because we see so many students in the college or our own children at home. So sometimes they go for trends. Trend is okay, but keeping them healthy is also very good. So coconut oil or almond oil, because coconut oil is almost available everywhere, and almond oil is also available, that we can use. So, and in this summer, when we are actually talking about so much of heat, we don't know, it's kind of mixed weather now. It's raining, it's very cold, it's full of fog, it's full of sun. So it's better that you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables which have water content. So normally the fruits and vegetables like, lettuce or cabbage or cauliflower or berries or all these things where we have the beans and other type of varieties are not water soluble, or they are not water mineral content, kind of vegetables. So we can prefer the vegetables which are much better having water content, and especially melons and cucumbers and all that. So when we start eating them, any carrots and beets also, when we start eating them, or green leafy vegetables, our body replenishment will be very, very good. So coming summer, we suggest that you can take a lot of vegetables and fruits which have a lot of water content, and they will make your health much better. So these are the few things that I wanted to share today. One is about water, one is about your care of your hair, because I want you to do it, because we are seeing an upsurge in the COVID cases once again, because it's summer. So keep yourself hygienic, then the COVID will be far off and you will be very safe. So these are the few tips for the summer hydration. So Bindu, I think it's over to you. Then I'll talk after some time.
Sure, absolutely, Asha. Awesome. So many wonderful topics. First of all, I mean, water. I also see that a trend. Some people say like, okay,
Yes.
drink this many liters of water, you will lose weight, and all that. But as you
Yeah.
said, it is, I think, very bad on your kidneys as well, where
Yeah.
accumulating so much of water and all that. So
Yeah.
don't go by those things. Follow what our traditions were, like follow your thirst. As Asha said, that is the basic underlying thing. If I'm thirsty, I'm drinking, and but not don't even wait till that thirst as well, but just keep yourself hydrated throughout the day. I think that's one of the best things. And now moving on to, again, same on the mindfulness. So I shared few topics of or few practices of like what you can do or how you can bring mindfulness into your day-to-day life. We talked about all those simple things, whatever we are cooking, or we are working with our kids, or we are walking on outside, anywhere. Just be mindful of your thoughts, because those thoughts are the ones which creates emotions. So if we are thinking about any negative thought, or something depressing, or any other different kind of a negative thought, then obviously it will bring a negative emotion in ourselves, like anger, or hatred, or jealousy, whatever it is. Those all emotions, how they come is because of our thoughts. And how we can control our thoughts is observing them, observing what am I thinking, what my thought is going on. And it is also for self awareness. You all might have heard that is very big thing, a big thing in the spirituality world, or whatever it is. Unless we don't know what we are, how we are, or what we like, what we don't like, our interactions with others also will not be very fruitful. Just think about, again, one other example. I'm really want to share an example so that we can understand it more in a better manner. Like for example, positive emotions. So as soon as we get up in the morning, maybe we will be in a very nice, happy, and thankful kind of a emotion. And then down the line, as the day progresses, maybe the day goes down a little bit, and maybe we are tired, and then we are not feeling that high. We might be very feeling very down, or maybe sad, or anger, something like that. Similar things happen with that other person also in our relationships, isn't it? Like with whomever we are interacting, at workplace, or maybe in supermarkets, or wherever outside world. In the outside world, whenever you are meeting other people, how do we know whether they are in the positive emotion side or the negative emotion side? Sometimes we might not know, but just imagine you are in very much in the positive emotion side, and the person you are interacting with is on the negative emotion side, for example. Then do you think those conversations, whatever you're happening with both of you, will be fruitful, will be happy? I don't think so, right? Because our mindsets are not matching. We are in a different kind of emotion, the other person is in a different kind of emotion. So that's why we need to be aware of that. We need to be real bit, not only self-awareness, and that comes there social awareness as well. So just be mindful of why they're coming from what they're coming from, just to have that empathy, right? Like thinking from their perspective, okay, what must be going on wrong in their world. And we don't know, we never know what's happening and what kind of a battles they are fighting in their own day-to-day life, right? So just to be little kind, and taking care of ourselves, not depending for our emotions, for our security on others, isn't it? I know when we talk about all these things, it might feel like, oh, this is all so big, and this is all so difficult to maintain, manage in this kind of a world and all that stuff. No, it is not at all. I mean, if you tell me, even I am like 5-10 years back, I might be in that similar position. At the drop of a hat, maybe I get angry on somebody or something, why things are not happening in this manner, or why the person is not doing in that manner, something like that, right? Then what happens? Then I might have lose my temper, or lose or get angry, and then say some things which I'm not supposed to say. And then what happens? After some time, 3-4 hours, then we'll feel sad, or we'll feel bad. Hey, why did I say that to that person that way? Or why I interacted with that in that situation, why I behaved, isn't it? Then that will make me much more sadder. Oh God, I shouldn't have behaved like that, more guilty, even with our children, isn't it? It happens. Sometimes we lose our temper and then we just scold them. And then later in the time, then we'll think like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that like that. So there is no taking back in life, right? Once you said it or once you did it, that's it. It's done. All whatever has to happen is happened. So then slowly I try to think into myself, what can I do? I'm not liking this myself of this person of what I'm right now. Then I learned all these concepts of emotional intelligence, or maybe big thing is this mindfulness, where, oh, I realized my thoughts are making me behave what I'm behaving right now. So my thoughts are just going away somewhere. I'm physically here, but my thoughts are telling me a different story. And then they are creating these wrong emotions in myself. And then I'm behaving in a wrong manner. So thought, it created an anger, and that angry made me behave in a wrong manner. So how do I correct it back? So my behavior should be correct. That means my emotions should be happy. And then for my emotions to be happy, I should think happy thoughts. And guys, I'm not telling like all the time, throughout the day, we'll just be happy, we'll just be in that positive emotion. No, we are human beings. So we will definitely have different kind of things, but we need to take care of ourselves. We have that capacity. We have that big weapon in ourselves. God gave that kind of a thing in ourselves, that you can take care of yourself by observing your thoughts. And I won't even say control your thoughts. Control, I feel like it's a kind of a negative word. You're controlling something. Not even control, just managing. We can just say like managing our thoughts. So just bring your attention to those thoughts, what is happening, and then accordingly it will take care of by itself all other things also in your life. And for that, I talked about some simple practices, right? Whenever you are doing in your day-to-day morning, brushing your teeth or taking showers, drinking that coffee, or working, or doing some, you're preparing some dish, cooking in the kitchen, or doing dishwasher, or maybe washing clothes. Every instance, nothing is beyond or above anything like that. In each and every instance, make it a habit. What am I thinking right now? Ask yourself, suddenly stop, and what am I thinking? What am I thinking? What am I thinking? That is what our attitude should be. And for some of you, you might ask like, okay, that is all okay. In day-to-day practice, I can bring that kind of thing. But if I want to learn this mindfulness meditation, or if I want to do some formal practices, what should I be doing? I'll share a couple of things. One is something called body scan meditation. Even if you search it up, it might give you some more nice details as well. So it is body scan meditation. Body scan is just our body, right? Body from top to bottom. So it doesn't matter. I mean, in the body scan meditation, they say you need to lie down. You need to lie down, but I'm okay. You don't need to be in that particular position itself. Even if you're sitting, just you're watching TV, or you're standing in a queue, you are maybe somewhere you are standing and waiting for something to happen. Anywhere, just bring your attention to your body, and then just see, like, from the tip of the toes, like my toes, what am I feeling in my toes, and then my ankle, and then my shins or my knee. Just come like that, from the bottom of your body to top of your head. Maybe my thighs, my stomach, and then my chest and my shoulders, my neck, and my facial muscles, and my head. Like that, just scan your body from bottom to up. That means you're bringing your attention instead of on anything else to your own body. And then just see, maybe in my ankle, I'm feeling some kind of uneasiness, or maybe my knees, I'm feeling a little bit of tension or something like that. Uncomfortableness is there. So just think like I'm relaxing. Oh, my knees are relaxed. My ankle is relaxed, or maybe sometimes I get pain in my fingers, like for example. So then I'll feel like, oh, okay, my fingers are getting relaxed now. Just think like that. It will have an impact on your body from your thought. So with that, what's happening is you are bringing stillness in your body, and that stillness in your physical body brings calmness into your mind. I know it might sound very simple. That is all yoga is all about. That is the superpower of underlying statement of yoga. How? Because we cannot control our mind, right? We think like, no, in my mind, I cannot control anything. But what yoga showed us is with your body, you can calm your mind. Like, for example, one of the poses, something is there called upward hand pose. I heard Mr. B.K.S. Iyengar Yoga, he's saying like, the person, if they are in an upward hand pose, in that particular pose, there is no way you can get a negative thought in your mind. When you are in that pose, there is no way you can get a negative thought in your mind. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, sometimes we feel so helpless, right? Oh my God, my mind is eating me. Like, my mind, why is it thinking so many bad thoughts or wrong thoughts or incorrect thoughts and all those things? That time we'll feel like we are helpless. I'm not able to do anything now. No, no, no. There is solutions. There are solutions. And for that solution, you don't need to go out anywhere to some university, some school, some place where somebody can make you sit and teach you for hours and hours and all that. No, no, no. Just with these simple practices. Maybe you please practice them. And maybe for our next session, if some of you can join us back, or maybe in whatever forum, we can just again talk and you can tell me like, how is your experiences? And I am the, what do you say, like the real example of whatever I'm speaking right now. It is all personal. It's whatever we are sharing, even Asha and myself, whatever we are sharing here, it's not from some book we read. Oh, this topic is good, so that means I think we can share this with the people. No, I don't prepare, not prepare. I mean, I don't see something and come here and make a presentation or something like that. This is in my day-to-day life. Whatever I am doing, I saw results with that, and calming down myself, and then we can just move on. I know somebody wrote a thought, somebody wrote a comment. I saw that, like, I'm always having difficulty or managing my thoughts or something. I'm with you, Maithili. Myself, maybe 10 years back, that was me, always fighting with my thoughts. Say, hey, why are you giving me only negative thought? Why don't you give me some happy thought? I used to tell to my mind. Then it used to tell me, it is you, not me, who is making me do this. So we need to be diligent. We need to be purposeful, not like it itself will happen. One day we get up and we always thinking all happy thoughts. It won't happen. So day by day, even in one day, if you think like for all the things, and please don't start like throughout the entire day, I want to keep my thoughts focused. Please don't do like that. Take only one instance. Maybe I'm brushing my teeth today, I won't think of anything else. Just start with that for 1 week. Then next day you think like, along with my brushing my teeth, when I'm washing my dishes, that time I will not let my mind wander away. I will focus on one thing. So like that. So second thing, third thing, like that you keep adding, and believe me, really believe me, it happens. Right now, I mean, I'm here, I'm in this session, I'm talking to you all. That's all. Like that, if I'm speaking with my kids, or if I'm doing something else with my pet, or I'm going on a walk, I'm right there in that moment. That itself will excuse me, improve our focus, and then we will be able to. And this is very much needed for kids also. And I tell to my kids in my classes as well. And their mind is going super fast, right? There are so many things they have to deal with and everything. So for them also, I tell these practices, guys. Just start with one thing at a time. And I tell them, and one other weapon, I told you one weapon was our thought, right? Think one thought at a time. Second thing is our breathe. We are all born with this breath, right? I mean, if there is no breath, then there is no life. But still we take it for granted. Okay, there is air there, I'm breathing and breathing out, like that. Just imagine one time, if we can close our nose, then we'll understand, or we'll immediately realize what is that power we are having in ourselves. So that breath also, so I tell to my kids often, even before going to exam, or some test is coming, or teacher asked you some question, you are panicking that time. So that moment, instead of panicking, immediately bring your attention to your breath. I'm breathing in, breathing out, and nobody needs to know this. No, we don't need to tell to the world that, hey, I'm breathing in, breathing out, nothing like that. So just bring your attention to your breath and just observe it. Oh, in, out, in, out. Just do it for 2-3 times. I'm telling you, just do it for 2-3 times. Start with 2-3 times. Before you know, your mind is calm. Before you know, your mind is calm. Obviously, it has to be. That is science. We know that, right? When you're bringing in more oxygen into your brain, the brain will become soothing. Brain will become calm. And these are all the tools we need to do in ourselves in this world, because world is going super fast. People are going super fast. Everybody is want to do something. They want to acquire something. I don't know. There is so much craziness, so much fastness in the world. But where are we all going? Where are we all running to? If we don't have health, we don't have calm things, we will not be able to achieve anything else, right? So, and that too, we are not doing this for anybody. Don't think that, okay, oh, I'm doing this big thing, or I'm doing this good thing, so my family will be happy, or my children will be happy. No. This is all again for your own self. Nobody is going to come and it is all individual, isn't it? I mean, families are there, relationships are there, everything is there, but it is our own responsibility to take care of our own self. If we can take care of our own self, again, there is one selfishness over there. If we can take care of our own self, we will be happy, and if we are happy, we'll make everybody around us happy, isn't it? So that is our way of kind of living, and that is the way I believe. And also, one other important thing I want to tell is what I learned in my life is, we cannot change anybody. We cannot change anybody. And again, everybody have their own way of life. So we are no one to change someone. We can just tell them, we can suggest them, we can recommend we can recommend things, but oh, some person is not changing. No, it is not our responsibility, it is God's responsibility, isn't it? He created all of us. I know I'm going a little bit into spiritual side of it, but mindfulness and this spirituality, everything is interrelated. So don't take stress onto yourself. That is what my main intention is, because you all came to this session and I want you all to learn something. Whatever I am doing in my life, that is what it is all about. So we unnecessarily, we don't want to take broader, bigger responsibilities in our hand and make ourselves stressed out. Because see, as long as I learned, I again read in a book, as long as we are trying to change someone, God will be watching us and he'll say like, okay, you try, how much ever you want to try, just keep trying, I won't do anything. He will be just sitting there like that. But the moment you stop trying, then he'll come into picture, and then he will do whatever he wants to do. But what we can do then, so we'll just give up like that? No, I'm not saying that. We can just pray. We can just pray that, oh, this person, I want that person to be happy, or I want that person to be changing themselves, and some things like that. That is what we want to do. I know it's all maybe difficult, or in this kind of a world where everybody are sometimes wrong, or sometimes purposely doing wrong things and everything like that. But guys, it's all individual life as well, isn't it? I mean, we all want to be together. Family is there, relationships are there, children are there, everything is there. But please take care of yourself first, and then you will be able to take care of everybody else. Unless you are not happy, you will not be able to bring happiness into your surroundings, or you will not be able to bring others happy. That's what this whole intention of this series is all about. And I was there in all those stresses or moments, whatever all of us are. I know, and I'm not saying like every one of you are in that not thinking or stressful moments. Some of you might be more ahead of myself and Asha, has seen all this, been all this, did all this. Now you are all ahead. Maybe I want to learn from you more, which I'm not doing yet. Hey, you can do even this thing also. If you share, and we will learn from that, and I will change myself. It's a constant changing and constant improving of ourselves, right? That is what life is all about, right? So with that, again, I'll give it back to Asha to share some more topics of her choice.
Yeah. So because we were talking about mindfulness, and we wanted to mix yoga also every week into this. So today I'll be showing two mudras, which are very, very easy, that we can practice anywhere, sitting anywhere. So the first mudra is like, always you keep your right hand facing towards you on your left hand, and slowly interlock the fingers and then press the thumbs. That's it. It's just bringing both the hands together, both the fingers together, then interlock and keep them at the heart level. So you just have to keep them at the heart level, so that your thumbs are pressing on, both the fingers are actually stretching and pulling each other. So there is a very, very tight lock, and you're keeping them at the heart level. And as Bindu said, just relax, sit anywhere, and keep breathing at your own pace. It doesn't matter. So you did not practice any yogic ways of breathing. So just breathe in and then breathe out. So this is a very, very wonderful mudra, because this is called as Ganesha mudra. So this is a wonderful mudra. You're at the heart level, and the position of your shoulders and your hands is very straight. And you don't have any stress on anywhere except the fingers pulling each other. They are interlocking and very tight and very stretchy. And that's it. You can sit anytime, even when you're, but maybe practicing this mudra early in the morning is very good, because this is the mudra which actually opens up all the organs in the body and let them get a lot of oxygen actually. So in that case, when you do it early in the morning with an empty stomach, it gives in more oxygen, because you're breathing, you're sitting, maybe spiritual, if you want to close eyes also, you can do it, and keep your shoulders straight. This is one mudra which gives a lot of strength to the spine, and your shoulder and neck problems will go away. So if you have any neck pain or shoulder pain, you do this mudra for some time, Ganesha mudra, it will go away. And another one thing is that if you have any respiratory illnesses, cough, cold and all such things, that is also gone. And if you have any kind of like upset kind of a thing, little bit of anxiousness, the brain also starts getting activated well, so you don't have any kind of anxiety. At the very same time, it's good for all the organs, so it's like heart or lungs or kidneys, so it is giving oxygen to the body, and that oxygen is flowing slowly because of your breathing. That is what Bindu just said, that when you breathe, the oxygen is flowing. So you are interlocking fingers, and these fingers, they are touching each other and actually pressing a lot of acupressure points on the fingers. That's the reason why all the organs in the body start getting the oxygen, and you feel very, very good. So this is one mudra which is overall wellness mudra. It's wonderful mudra and it gives you so much of power. So this is Ganesha mudra. This is one mudra that I have shown. You can do it early in the morning, or maybe even after taking your lunch, but not immediately, maybe 10-15 minutes or half an hour after lunch or 1 hour after lunch. You can do it, because that is where your body needs a lot of oxygen for the digestion, where your body fat doesn't get accumulated even for that. Another mudra that I'm going to show you is that you have a finger, you have your hand like this. This is the way that we say namaste and all that. So just interlock all the fingers except the index finger. And you see the thumbs are always there. You can even put them in the downward manner, but the thumbs are also have to be interlocked. So all the fingers are interlocked and the thumbs are also interlocked, and only your index fingers are touching each other. And it's the same position. As I'm talking about Ganesha mudra, I'm talking about the Shepana mudra also, because this is also something which stretches your shoulders and back and everything. But if you see this mudra, I told you, it can be done in a downward manner. Even when you are sitting in a Padmasana posture also, you can practice this, or you can just keep it in the upward posture for the index fingers. You can do this, because this is one mudra, because we are talking about mindfulness. This is like let go all the negative energy in the body. So this is one mudra. When you do breathing with this mudra, it just lets go of all the negative energy in the body, and your body starts feeling very good. So they say that Shepan mudra is a detoxification or detoxification of skin, lungs, and the large intestine. So if you have any gas accumulation or any kind of skin accumulation, kind of energy, negative kind of energy accumulation over your skin or your lungs, they start breathing well, and also your large intestine also gets cleared. So this is for detoxification. So this is for detoxification of the entire body. So when you start breathing with this mudra, you say inhale and exhale, and you do your own breathing little bit. It can be done at any point of time, but not when you're heavily taken food and all that. But 10-15 minutes every day, if you can practice the Shevana mudra along with breathing, what happens is that your negative energy slowly get drained away. So that breathing gives you clear mind and awareness and wakefulness and all that. And only one thing which is very important is that detoxifying the body, and especially the large intestine, which is an important factor to get detoxified. Because if you don't have detoxification of the large intestine and the gas gets accumulated, we know what all problems we get from the arthritis or rheumatic problems to everything. So that is one area which is very important. So this Shepana mudra, where you're interlocking all the fingers, as I'm showing thumbs or your other fingers, all the other fingers except the index finger, which is straight. So this mudra is also very good. It gives so much of energy to the body to be very positive. And on the day when we are talking about mindfulness, I thought this Ganesha mudra and Shepana mudra are going to be very useful for all of you, and they will give you lots and lots of energy as well. So this is what I wanted to share in the yoga column. Bindu, back to you, so that you can just close the session, and then we can have some discussions.
Yeah, sure, Asha. Before I move on to my topic, can you please share that one more time, Asha? I know people might want to
Yeah,
know the steps.
yeah.
So I
So
will
one
just.
is, yeah,
Hmm.
one is this Ganesha mudra. You have to keep the right hand towards you and the left hand towards the other hand. And then you have to interlock your fingers like this. Like, you have to interlock the fingers and then close the thumb. So when you,
Comes.
no need to press the thumb, but you can interlock the finger and then push the fingers very tight so that that interlocking thing is pressing the points on both your fingers. And then it is kept at the heart level so that for your spine and all your pain will be gone. And this is one mudra. Another one mudra is that you're going to interlock all the fingers, but you're going to only keep the index finger straight. So this is also at the heart level. So you're going to breathe, and it is the detoxifying mudra, as we call, and the body gets detoxified, and they say let go of all the negative energy with the Kshepana mudra. So these are the two mudras that we are doing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect, Asha. I know those two seems like very much related to the topic what we just spoke about.
And very
One
easy
is,
also.
yeah, and one
Yeah.
is to give you strength, and the second one is to remove those negative energies. So instead of just doing that thoughts and everything, there is a physical aspect also which you can do to come
Yes.
out of those negative emotions.
Yeah.
I will share just one pose along with Asha, what she shared about mudras. Very simple, very thing which we all might be already doing it all the time. That is nothing but standing pose, just standing. That I know we all think like, oh, just standing, that is what we were always doing, right? But I wanted to say the in yoga world, how is that tadasana? We call it as tadasana, the mountain pose or standing pose. So just the standing is not anyway standing, being mindful about how we are, and whenever you want to do this pose, just stand in one place and make sure your both feet are in line with each other. I mean, not one forward, one backward, nothing like that. They are very much in line with each other, and make sure your big toes are in line as well. Again, as I said, not one forward, one backward. They're parallel to each other, and the big toes are in line with each other. That is one thing. And stamp them on the floor, meaning plant them. There is no air, nothing in between that curve on your feet. Also, just nicely plant them as if you're nicely on the floor. Stamp them on the floor, and then start observing your body from there. How are my ankles? Again, my ankles not curved or moved forward, something like that. Just nicely on your feet. The knees, they're not bent. They're at the same time, they're not very straight, like a stiff, not like that. Very natural, the natural curve, whatever you have in the knees, keep them like that. Then bring your attention to your thighs, and then your abdomen muscles, stomach. Any contraction is there or any expansion is there? Nothing like that. Just sweet and soft, however it is, but nicely stacked on your knees. Again, you're not bending forward or not bending backward, just nicely on your knees, and then bringing your attention to your chest and then shoulders. Maybe you can just little bit round them, and then see like if any stress is there in your abdomen, back muscles or shoulder muscles. And then just and place your hands right next to you, like fingers pointing down and pointing downwards, and fingers little bit spread, very nicely sharply pointing down. So but they're next to each other, and there is some space in your underarms as well, not very closely connected or not very relaxed like that, but just nicely naturally next to your body, both your hands, and chin parallel to the ground. You are not looking down, you are not looking up, chin parallel to the ground, and then eyes right in front of you. Something, just see something. Maybe if there is a God's photo, see that God's photo, or some natural scene is there, just see that scene. So just make your body consciously in this way, from your foot, ankles, knees, stomach, chest, and then shoulders, chin parallel to the ground, eyes right, gaze right in front of you. If you can bring that kind of a stillness in your body, your mind will automatically, instantly will become calm. Instantly will become calm. So, and this we can do anywhere, right? For this standing pose, you don't need to go to a yoga class. You don't need to go into a special room to do this. Wherever you are, in your kitchen, in your living room, bedroom, wherever you are, whenever you are standing, just follow this a simple pose and just see how much it helps you to calm down. And then in the further classes, we can talk about more poses. I don't want to overwhelm you with many things. Asha said about two mudras. Please do them as well, to get strength and to remove those negative energies, and follow that mindfulness thoughts, some practices into your day-to-day life. These are all small things, but when you practice them consistently, that's what makes it much more progress, right? So they say, isn't it, habits make us. First we make habits, first we create habits, and then those habits create us later. So that is what it is all about. So do one thing at a time. Don't follow everything in one single day. Just try one thing, whatever you love, you like it, practicing, following, and then see gradually increase them into multiple other things. So we are coming to a close of this session. I really hope you all enjoyed this and learned something new. First, let us take a quick picture, and then I'll open it to the forum, so we can talk. And if anybody has to leave, they can leave as well. I know we are at time for them. And with that, first of all, I'm closing this session, and then we will open for other things.
Yes,
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, everyone. Thank you.
So